Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Drafting Out Loud. We're getting into an underdog draft after doing our underdog market movers. Hopefully, you took a look at that. We have our uh, movers on our ranks here. Again, these are the value players, and these are the players that are moving up the boards the fastest. We're going to try to hit as many of these players as we can. If we can get Christian McCaffrey at number 9, we'll do that. If not, we'll of course settle for a Bijan Robinson, right? We'll take a Bijan Robinson instead. But we're at number 9 right now. Don't recognize anyone in here. If you watched our other video, we said that we're going to try to do, if we can do it, a more of a late round quarterback build. Try to get some Aaron Rodgers teams before he rises up the boards as he's expected to sign. Get like a day or two ahead of the market. We're already kind of high on Aaron Rodgers. If we go to our leverage lab and pull up, we're high on Tony Pollard right now too, trying to get ahead of that too. But if we go look at Aaron Rodgers, we have drafted him in two of our drafts already, so ahead of the market already on Aaron Rodgers. But we're going to try to continue that right now if we can. Once he starts rising more, we're just not going to take him as much, probably, right? There's too many people that think that three quarterbacks is like the meta of metas, and don't want to fight that, I don't think. So if we can get him for really cheap, let's play the meta a little bit. But if we can't get him cheap, let's not play the meta. So we're going to play the meta today if we can. Of course, if someone gives us a intriguing quarterback, we will do that though also. Now, where are we on Amon-Ra, CD, and Justin Jefferson? Oh, I can't go. Oh, we'll just do it this way. We have a lot of Amon-Ra right now. We only have one CD. And Justin Jefferson. Oh, we have two Justin Jefferson. We'll take CD Lamb here. We didn't get Christian McCaffrey. That's okay. That is okay. Let's see. Based on our ranks, Rashee Rice is rising up the boards. I don't know if we need to get him at pick 16, but we can if we want to. We'll see what else is available. Uh, Ashton Genty's falling a little bit. Oh, we're on the boards. We're going to take Kenneth Walker. He's still rising. It seems like we'll get the other KC guy right now. More of a balanced build. This might be harder later on if Kenneth Walker makes it to like the 12 pick, right? Which is, I mean, it's still a possibility. Still a possibility. If we go to our leverage lab, again, we only have CD one time. We could have looked at this ahead of time. Still getting used to it a little bit. You can see here that we did put him with Trey McBride last time. We stacked him with Dak Prescott as well. We only had one time, so we stacked with Dak Prescott, Jake Ferguson, and Javonte Williams. There goes Rashee Rice, one pick ahead. Trey McBride again is falling and he's a value. If he falls all the way to us in the third round, we're definitely gonna take him like we were talking about. Josh Allen's a value at 29. That's just because he's so darn expensive on what you call it on DraftKings. We don't really want the Josh Allen right now because we want to try to do like a three QB build. Or if we did get Josh Allen, we'd make it like a two QB build, I guess, in Josh Allen, and then try to go like Aaron Rodgers at the end. But we want to get ahead of Aaron Rodgers if we can. I think I mentioned that, but I'll mention it again here. I find it kind of hard that Trey McBride will make it all the way to us right now, but we will see. And he didn't, as kind of expected. Um, is AJ Brown? AJ Brown's not there either. Devonta Smith for sure is a player we would like to have. He's going to rise again once he gets traded. I'm glad he got taken. I think either of those two. And then after that, it's kind of just like a bunch of whatevers. We don't mind one of these two because we don't want to. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Javonte Williams. Okay, we are taking Devonta Smith though. Expect him to rise up the boards eventually, and I don't really expect him to fall too much more than he has. So we're going to take advantage of the Devonta price as we can. We kind of do whatever we want with this next pick. If one of these two did fall to us, I think we'd have to consider it though. Definitely. I think Zay Flowers is really fun, if you ask me. Uh, McConkey would be a potential bring back on Kenneth Walker as well. So we could kind of talk ourselves into any of these. Probably I mean, where's Lamar going? 53. Zay Flowers went. Okay. Well, we're gonna take the falling Javonte Williams. We don't need to worry about getting too unique today. It's only the second time we've taken them. I expect running backs to kind of get pulled up the board even more as we get further into best ball summer. So why not take Javonte Williams now while we can stack him with CD? Second time we've done that, you can see here, which is okay. Who are other players? Kenneth Walker and Devonta Smith. Got Devonta Adams on this one. So everyone else was unique. Oh, look at this. Was this also a I tried to stack probably I probably was thinking about stacking Aaron Rodgers on this one. You can see at the end here. I didn't get him though. That's okay. Based on our ranks here, these are value players mainly, and then we're not even going to consider that. We don't even want these quarterbacks. We're hoping they go off the board here. Devonta Adams, and these two are fun ones. I don't know which order is better. Terry McLaurin might be the best. Devonta Adams isn't rising as much as you'd expect. Terry McLaurin would be a potential bring back on the Dallas Philly thing. So we're definitely going to put Terry McLaurin first. If Jameson Williams fell all the way to us, we'd kind of have to take it as far as that goes. We do have a decent amount of picks, and there are two guys only have one wide receiver. So it'd be tough. DJ Moore is a value and Lamar Jackson is a value. So I think we got to do that for the bit as far as that goes. And then from there, we got some interesting picks. I like Christian Watson and Carnell Tate. So these are going to be our guys. I do like Swift though as well. We already have two running backs. ETR has Swift like way higher. What are the teams on the other side of us? They got three, two, and two running backs. So we could pass on Swift and go Watson. Will this guy take Lamar Jackson? He did good. I'm kind of glad he did. Because we would have taken him if he didn't. Oh, Swift went. That's unfortunate. We're gonna go Watson here because we don't want to. I think Watson should be rising, and we don't want to. Um, we don't want to get a super early quarterback, especially an overpriced one. So we'll get Watson, try to do our thing here. And I think Carnell Tate or one of these running backs is fine with our next pick. Darn, I was hoping it would be Carnell Tate. It's not. So the question is, do we take Jordan Tyson or Price? I think we just take Price because this is a cheap price for him. I don't want to draft him that much, but if I can get him in the 60s, that's when I'll do it. I would have considered Tate instead because I like the idea of like a Love Ward Rogers stack or something like that. Jadarian Price also kind of gives us a cheaper stack. Also, we do have to consider the Dallas thing here as well since we have two of them. So those are all things that are kind of going through my mind. If we lose out on all those things, we could even do like a Mahomes thing. Mahomes is I expect him to rise if he keeps on getting good news, right? So he could be a thing as well. So basically anyone, and then of course if Jalen Hurts makes it all the way, if one of these guys make it all the way around, we got to take him. Based on our ranks, Tucker Kraft is the next player at 81, so we could consider him there for the double. That would be fun. Tony Pollard. We've got a lot of Tony Pollard, but right, why not? I do like creating like odd teams. There's Tucker Kraft, and where is Dallas? Where is Dak Prescott? There he is right there. So those are players that we want to consider. I like Jordan Addison too. That'd be like a bring back potentially on the Christian Watson thing. So that would be a consideration. Tony Pollard went. Parker Washington is a pretty good value on Underdog relative to DraftKings, just not one of the top values. DK Metcalf went early, so I wonder if this guy's thinking some kind of the Kalman guy also went early. Parker Washington. Let's see. Um, I think if Hertz went, Caleb Williams went. I think if Tucker and Dak Prescott are available, we go and we take Tucker. Kraft's not available. So the question is, do we go Jordan Addison or do you take Dak and then maybe get a Jaden Reed who's rising up the board with the next pick? I think we go Dak to secure the stack because I don't really care if we get Addison or Reed. Reed would be part of more of a stack. Addison would just be, kind of an exciting player. Okay, he took Addison, so that's not even an option. What's our next pick? 88. And this guy's gone four running backs. There's always a concern that he's just going to take like best available type of thing. So we're going to take Dak here, figure out the next pick. He took Trevor Lawrence. Probably even better that I took him. If we can't get Jaden Reed went, darn. Chris Godwin's always, I mean, if Ramondre Steve, that would be like a Patrick Mahomes is here too. We don't want to get two QBs right now, though. Really? The Pittsburgh guy, right? Jalen Warren. We're gonna go Warren because we were talking about we do want to maybe do a Pittsburgh thing. That gives us a better reason to do a Pittsburgh thing. Sutton is not rising, I'll tell you that much. Do we have any players on my ranks that were in the nope, not in this range here. Let's see where um there's Johnston, right? Where's what's his face? Oh yeah, Herbert already got drafted. Where did Justin Herbert get drafted? We got drafted right here. Okay. So we're 1-4-3. We could stop at four running backs here. This is unfortunate. I feel like the Herbert draft for Johnston's rising, right? He's one of the risers. Let's go to our chart. There's Quentin Johnston rising up the boards. There's Sutton, who we were considering. We went Warren. I think we're done at four running backs, unless we really get a value later on based on our ranks. At what's our next pick? Oh, uh-oh. Hopefully we don't crash out here. Okay, good. What it is, we're pick 105. Josh Downs is basically 105. We need wide receivers. Matthew Golden's right there. Is Jordan Love still available? He is still available too. Did we get two or just one? We got one Green Bay guy. Who took Jaden Reed? This guy. He's got zero wide receiver, zero QBs right now. Patrick Mahomes makes it to us, right? We got to do that. There's a chance he does. Matthew Golden went. I think it's Patrick Mahomes, Josh Downs. It would be fun to get Patrick Mahomes here. You don't see him fall this far. We might not do the Aaron Jones thing, Aaron Rodgers thing then. Although there's Michael Pittman right there. Oh, he took him. Okay, we go Josh Downs right here. He's rising up the boards. Gives us a fourth wide receiver. Jordan Love and Michael Pittman are both options here. Michael Pittman would be for that whatchamacallit, that Pittsburgh thing. Jordan Love would be a stack with Christian Watson. I think they're both in play here. He took Jordan Love kind of as expected. Man, maybe we should have taken Cortland Sutton instead of Jalen Warren. I don't know. Pittman is definitely our play here. Good. We're going Pittman. Boom. Things are coming together. You definitely need to look and see where Aaron Jones 113. Where did what's his face go? Not Dak, DK Metcalf. He went a little earlier than usual. Right here. Okay, so he's got one quarterback in Drake May. And so at like 184 is where we could consider Aaron Rodgers, most likely. I don't think he gets pulled up much more than that. Hopefully not, considering we're setting it up. Based on our ranks, George Kittle, DK Metcalf, two tight ends, bunch of ugly players. Stephon Diggs is one that we'd consider. Travis Hunter, like those are ones we want. These ones down here too, maybe a little bit. Ryan Flournoy, definitely right for Dallas. We were talking about that. That is definitely one we'd want here. We hope like Jonathan Brooks goes because we don't really want more running backs. I don't want to be tempted to take him because I will be tempted to take him. Uh, where does Jake Ferguson go? 125. Okay, if Jake Ferguson makes it to us, of course, that's our pick. If he doesn't, we have Dalton Kincaid and George Kittle as values. We have no tight ends. We don't really draft much of either of them as we should. If Baker Mayfield falls, that's got to be a consideration too. There good. There goes Brooks. Happy about that. There goes Kittle. Kind of happy about that too. I don't want to have to take him. I think Jake Ferguson is our first bet, and then Baker is our second. Because we can always backstack Baker, right? Tampa Bay. And Kate Otten would be the other one. There's Sam Darnold there. Okay, we only have okay, good. He did take Baker. We wanted him to take Baker. We didn't want him to take what's his face? Patrick Mahomes, but we are good about that. We secured the triple with Jake Ferguson. Um we have Sam Darnold queued up. What Dalton? Oh, we have Dalton Kincaid queued up as well. Jake Ferguson. Dallas Goddard's interesting. We don't need him. Why Sam Darnold to go with Jadarian Price? That could be part of a three QB room. Where is Daniel Jones 145? We're gonna take Sam Darnold here. We we can do like a three tight end thing. There's also wide receivers on Seattle that we can get later on too. Dalton Kincaid would have been a nice pick though, I guess too, but we'll do Sam Darnold. We said we are gonna do a three quarterback thing. So we're gonna do our three quarterback thing. See what we got from Seattle that we can get. We don't really want Zach Charbonnet. Daniel Jones goes, so we wouldn't even be able to get Daniel Jones on the way back around. Come on. Cooper Kupp, Torrey Horton. Those are really the Arroyo if we get desperate. Um, what's our next pick? Is that the one where we want to look at Aaron Rodgers or not? No. Let's pick 184, though. We want to look at Aaron Rodgers. Let's just cue him up for fun, though. He is on our ranks, right? 205. Or 200.5. Zach Charbonnet is the next one on the board. Would we have to consider it if he got to us? But no, no, he's not the next one on the board. I'm sorry. He's all the way. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, he's the second person. Wow. Would we have to consider it? I don't want to consider it. Stephon Diggs, riser, definitely the next player. We want AJ Barner's 168. Where are the Steelers at? We should have queued them up already. We didn't. Did Aaron Rodgers go? No, he didn't. We already just had him. Oh, he's not a Steeler. That's why. Duh. 168 for what's his face. Oh, darn. Oh, we just missed out on Stephon Diggs. Should we do it? No, we're going to take Travis Hunter. He's a riser. We need wide receivers. We don't really need running backs, especially injured running backs that are falling down the board, even though he's a value. It's because he's just too expensive on Underdog. So let's not fall into that trap. I'm too good at falling into that trap. And then do we bring up AJ Barner for the Seattle thing at tight end? I think we do, right? Darn, I don't want to see those quarterbacks go. That gives less insulation for a Aaron Rodgers pull up. But that being said, they don't. Everyone else has got a decent amount of quarterbacks. Trey Tucker's rising up the boards. We have 6 wide receivers though, with plenty that we can get other ones. It's like Zach Charbonnet, or we're just gonna go AJ Barner. That way we don't even need to get a wide receiver from Seattle if we don't want to. It kind of gives us a nice skinny Seattle stack. If Price catches more passes than expected, that'd be sweet, right? Do we just put Aaron Rodgers even ahead right there? Flournay's 192. 223. Who are there two each? Love and Murray. Well, okay, so they don't really need QBs. We could potentially push them over. Stribling's rising up the boards. If Tucker made it to us, Flournoy's rising up the boards too, like we said. Antonio Williams rising up the boards. Washington could be a bring back. He just went. There's Bernard at 185. So Bernard goes ahead of Aaron Rodgers. Okay. These guys have 5, 6, 5, 5, 5. Based on ADP, they both should make it back to us. Right? 185. Based on ADP, they both should make it back to us. We just had a huge wide receiver run, though. If Bernard, like, I think we just go Aaron Rodgers, and then we take Bernard or Flournoy, and we're okay with either one. We already have a Pittsburgh stack, so it's not like we're going to miss out on that. Based on QB, he is the second best available. You were just pulling up Aaron Rodgers. This guy took a wide receiver too. That kind of hurts a little bit. Aaron Rodgers. We accomplished it. Okay. Bernard is the one we want. He's rising. I don't know if he's really rising the boards or not, but Bernard's the one we prefer. If we don't get him, Flournoy is a nice consolation prize. We're okay with that as well. There's plenty of other wide receivers here that are kind of blocking us a little, like insulating us a little bit. Uh, Never mind. Yeah, with these ones. Okay. Okay. It worked out fine. Pat Fryermuth is definitely our next pick if he makes it to us. It's going to be a little close. When it's going to be close, it's kind of nice when the guy right next to you takes a tight end because that means that uh, as Brian Ruth appears to be more and more of a value, he is less likely to be drafted by the person that he becomes the most value to. This guy's got Schultz and Laporta. It's going to be tough for us to get Fryermuth, especially when this guy took Helm here too. The good news is with Ferguson and Barner, we could be done at two if we wanted to. Or David Njoku is, I think, an interesting one because he should get signed somewhere and then rise up in value. He just went. Okay, so now we're really relying on Fryermuth to make it to us. This is round 17. Okay, good. I'm glad he took Ferguson. Everyone's got at least two tight ends. We got two picks left. Tight end and something else. It's either running back or wide receiver. We don't really need anything. I was going to say Ray Davis might be a pick. Go like major upside with Chris Pat Fryermuth went darn. Who's available at tight end? Darnell Washington, right? He's more of a pass catcher than people realize. That'll be our consolation prize. Who do we have? We have seven wide receivers, four running backs. Chris Bell. We could have taken Cooper Kupp or Torrey Horton. I got him queued up here. I didn't even think about it. That's funny. We got him queued up with AJ Barner. That being said, I probably should have just taken one of these guys. That being said, Chris Bell's, is he still a riser? Let's take a look. He is a strong trend, so he's still rising up a bit. He's already risen up a bunch. We'll get unique with this last pick. Vidal would have been a decent pick. We got four so early. We're just going to stick with the four running backs. I don't think Darnell Washington. We could have gone like Sean Tucker and just stuck with the two. I don't know what the right play is there. I think maybe like Horton or I think Horton probably was a better play than Bell a little bit just because he gives us another Seattle guy. This always feels uncomfortable, but like you can't get more. what, that's four through how many rounds? Four through 8 rounds. Is that too few running backs? I like the team overall. I like the team a lot overall, actually. The only thing I'm curious about is if I should have replaced like Chris Bell with a Seattle guy or a running back. Like Sean Tucker could get you at least touchdown upside type of thing. Desmond Claiborne, Justice Hill, got your Green Bay guys. Some like Malik. Oh, Dallas. We could have gone with Jaden Blue or Malik Davis if we wanted to kind of just go double up the Dallas running backs. We already have a good amount of Dallas guys on the team. Overall, I like it. I think it's just, do I need another running back or not is the only question. Okay, let's see what we got here. Based on our risers and values, we got our honorary riser and Aaron Rodgers, who was not on our list, but we project him to be on the list tomorrow, especially if we take him at 177. We have I don't even, let's see. Jadarian Price is not a riser. Jalen Warren's definitely not a riser. Josh Downs is a riser, so that's two. Travis Hunter is a riser, that's three. Ryan Flournoy is a riser, that's four. Chris Bell is rising, but is not a riser. So we got four players. There we go. Not bad. Not bad. Other thing we could have done is not do Ryan Flournoy, but instead get Pat Fryermuth, or let's see. We could have taken Alvin Kamara, who was a riser. We were considering Ray Davis here if he got to us. I'm not sure. Help me out here at the end of the drafts. What's the best thing? I don't know. I need some help here a little bit. I got a couple ideas on how to look at that myself too, but none that I got to look into it more. Okay. Let's see. We have our four players. Let's do our rundown here. We got Dak Prescott stacked with Javonte Williams, CeeDee Lamb, Ryan Flournoy, Jake Ferguson. So a big Cowboys stack. Sam Darnold stacked with the non-catching running back, who I think he might be able to catch more than he did, though, and AJ Barner. And we have Aaron Rodgers stacked with Jalen Warren, hopefully the pass-catching Pittsburgh running back, as well as Michael Pittman, who I like at that price a lot, and Darnell Washington because we couldn't get Pat Fryermuth. So that looks good right there. Let's compare to another team that did something similar. We did probably no one four. You don't see many people do four running backs, and no one else did here. So we're trying to get different than everyone else, right? Let's see who did similar. Who else got over here? Oh, snap! Right next to us, 3483. Okay, who did it better? We got Ken. Let's go with uh, running backs first because that's the one we both went running back in the second round, running back in the fourth round. I went running back in the sixth round and the eighth round. They waited until the 10th round and the last round. I do like when I saw the Aaron Rodgers, I'm like, oh, that could be interesting, depending on what the fourth one is. But the last one is James Conner. They're really hoping that James Conner gets traded because this is not probably an optimal build of four running backs with James Conner. They went heavy at what? They got Lamar Jackson and Patrick. Oh, okay, so yeah, this is the team that they should have. That stacked, right? I guess they got the very odd Baltimore stack right there as well. So they kind of did they backstack? They got they kind of stacked all three of their quarterbacks. And Lamar Jackson, you don't need to stack out all of them. The Tampa Bay one definitely is nice for them because they got Bucky Irving, they have Chris Godwin. Probably hard for them to pass on Baker Mayfield right here. That is a lot of capital at QB though, 3 through 11. So far, would have liked the Stephon Diggs pick right here that they took one ahead of us. That's a little unfortunate. Where did Juwan Jennings go? He went right here. Did he go to the Kyler Murray draft? I think he did. Yeah, he did. Okay. 134. He's getting steamed up, I guess. Yeah, that's going to be tough, right? Like Jennings is going to rise, and he wasn't on the list at all, and he was already kind of more expensive than Diggs, anyways. But he's probably going to rise just because Murray's usually on the right hand side of the board, and these players just kind of get pulled up to match, right? Kind of like what we did pulling up players as well a little bit. Um, but I think we did a better job of our running back capital stopping at 4. I think we did a better job of our quarterbacks capital waiting for our 3. One one semi early, one definitely in the middle, pulled up just slightly, and then one later. Considering these guys both took quarterbacks here, it was probably smart to take Aaron Rodgers. Well, they didn't. They passed on Geno Smith though, so I don't know. Why did they pass on Geno? One of these guys took. Oh, this guy took Garrett Wilson. Okay. Why did he take Brissett and Mendoza? Whatever. He's doing him. Okay. So I think we did a better job of our capital at running back, better job at our capital at QB. Let's look at wide receiver. We both did 8. We got 3. They got 2, and then they went hard here in the middle. So we're just kind of ping ponging who's getting the most at QB at wide receiver. Yeah, I think we both could have done 7 wide receivers. I think he definitely should have done 7 wide receivers and gotten another running back if he wanted all 3 QBs. If I were him, I would have not done Tesla if just very quickly, right? Like I would have done Diggs so I could get Diggs, but I wouldn't have done Tesla probably, and instead gotten like Bigsby or no Johnson, right? To get the Bigsby or Johnson, whatever you want, right? Or Kamara, who's rising up the boards. I think those are all better options if you ask me than Tesla there. So if he really needs 3 QBs, he's got to skimp on wide receiver. I think we could also go 7. And that was kind of our question, right? Like, do we go with the 7th wide receiver or the 5th running back? I think ours is more of a question. I think theirs is a definitive, like they should have done it. So we should feel good about our build. Let me know what you guys think. And I will see you on the next one. Happy drafting.